could we get any kind of an update on Joel Embiid?
Yeah, he went through a lot of the stuff today. Didn't do a lot of live stuff, obviously. We're not going to allow that yet. And so, nothing's changed. He's got to go through his treatment. But, as far as when we were doing shooting and stuff like that, he looked great.
I think it's a very similar game to New York. They are bigger than New York. I think they could be even more physical. They fight you, they battle you, they touch you offensively. They have size where they can attack you in the paint with post-ups. They have perimeter shooting. When you get to this point, the team is going to be solid.
The players are different beasts. Guys are more focused. Atlanta's coming here shooting the heck out of the ball. They're a better team than the last time we've seen them.
Philadelphia not known for being warm and fuzzy. What kind of reception are you expecting up there?
I don't know. I'm sure it's not going to be a welcomed one. It's going to be a fun environment. I'm looking forward to meeting some Philly fans and getting out there and enjoying it and having a fun series.
I think that's a fair assessment by Trae Young. He will not be welcomed to Philadelphia. Fair?
Right?
That's
pretty accurate.
I love his approach right now. He is becoming legendary for the way he's going about it. Talking trash, showing up, putting his name on it, and showing and proving. I ain't mad at him.
Sixers took 2 of 3 in the regular season for what that's worth, which is probably not a lot. A couple of blowouts included. Bogdan Bogdanović didn't play any of those 3 games. And, of course, the big question is Joel Embiid when they tipped Sunday in Philly for Game 1. And it's really hard to assess this series at all without knowing Embiid's status, which remains up in the air. You heard Doc Rivers talk a little bit about it. He shot today. Doc said he looked great, but until we see him actually on the floor for Game 1, you don't really know. What kind of a handful would he be for the Hawks if he's healthy and ready to go?
He would be a handful, most definitely. However, to me, the handful that nobody really talks about is Tobias Harris, number 12. He didn't make the All-Star team this year. Should have made the All-Star team. We talk about Simmons, we talk about Embiid. But Doc Rivers' most trusted player in the locker room and out on the floor wears number 12 in blue and also in white, and that's Tobias Harris. He's the guy that really comes through in the clutch. He's their most important player, and I think he's the player they really can't do without. Embiid being out, I think they can make adjustments. They can find a way. Simmons being out, they can make adjustments, find a way. Tobias Harris goes out, that's a bigger problem for Doc Rivers if they lose him than anybody.
Interesting. Most important player, Tobias Harris.
Without a doubt. He makes everything work inside the locker room from a leadership standpoint and also out on the floor.
You see the numbers with and without Joel Embiid this season. They were basically a 500 team in the 21 games he missed. The offensive rating goes way down, and I don't have the defensive rating, but I'm guessing that goes down as well. For Philly, how different a team are they with and without the big fella in the middle?
To me, that's the most dominant player in our game right now, period. He's the most dominant player, big man inside. Nobody can stop him. So I feel like if they have him, they're that much better because I love Clint Capella and the way he's playing for Atlanta, and I would assume they would try and guard him man-to-man until Joel, makes it become a double-team situation, which I believe he could, but He's the as far as big man goes in the NBA, I think he's the alpha. I mean, I think obviously Jokic will get the MVP, but if he hadn't missed any games, I feel like Joel would be the MVP, and I feel like he's the most dominant player. So for me, he is night and day when he's in with Philly.
See, I think he's the most dominant offensively, but Joel Embiid on high pick and roll with Trae Young,
that'll be a problem.
Trae Young is like, hey, because Embiid never comes out. He never shows, and he lays back. Right. And Trae going to come off, and, he going to have wide-open looks.
He's got that floater. He's shot more floaters than anybody in the league this year.
You got Capella rolling. So, defensively, it could be a problem with Embiid in pick and roll and high pick and roll, especially with that knee injury. So, it may be a blessing in disguise defensively where Doc Rivers can, adjust defensively and they can play. But offensively, Embiid definitely is the most dominant on the offensive